So, on that note, from being the kinder or gentler man, let's turn it over. It's time to turn it up to 11, Frank. Little rock and roll talk with our first guest. Are you ready for that?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. Let's welcome from the band Vigilant, my man Jack. Jack, how you doing? Welcome to Totally Driven Radio.
Hey, babe, what's going on?
How are you, my friend?
Thanks for having me. I'm good. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on the show. Let's start right off from square one. Where is Vigilant? Where are you guys located at?
Well, right now we're in Los Angeles, but we're from all over. I just came from Florida. I guess it really started with the way the band came together. Our singer, Chloe, she's from L.A. Guitarist, Jordan Ferreira, he's from Boston. And we didn't have a drummer in the beginning, so we had Thomas Pridgeon come and do the sessions. But we're all out here in Los Angeles now, so it's making a go at it.
So how did you guys all if you guys were all around the country, how did you guys connect?
Well, yeah, it
was
was
the
just
world
an
of
idea.
social media.
No, I've been doing music for a while, and this record, was really more geared towards performance. I mean, I needed to have something to perform, so that was just an idea I had. Put a band together and then go perform, even without any of the building blocks. So first thing I did was, I tried where I was, which was Jacksonville, Florida, and it wasn't cutting it. So, I just wanted to find people that wanted to perform and at the caliber that I'm thinking of. So the first thing was obviously the record, since the people weren't around. And I was out at a convention in L.A., and I met Thomas Pridgeon. And then I called him. He was down to do it. And the guitarist that I had in the beginning, he ended up not being able to do it. And after we recorded drums, I went out to Oakland and we did some stuff with his band, the Memorials. After that, a guitarist came in and did a session. His name was Jordan Ferreira, or is Jordan Ferreira. He's got a band called Elixir on Mute. I ended up getting on that, and I was like, hey, you want to work? And he was like, let's do it. So we had, at that point, I had an actual guitarist. And I don't know why I didn't think of it at the time, but I have a friend, Pageant, and he's an incredible drummer. Recruited him. He was down to do it. Now all we needed was a singer. And so we were looking around for, 6 months, maybe almost a year, just to find someone to record. And actually ended up being a friend of Jordan's. Her name is Chloe Demetria. So we got her on the project, and after the recording, I was like, are you down to go, out and perform this? Because that's really what I was driving at. And she said, yeah. So we finished recording maybe a year and a half ago, and right now we're just building the engine, So we're in L.A. now. We're rehearsing, beating down the set, and we're getting ready to start playing. So that's how it all came together.
You know what it kind of reminds me of as I listen to it? It reminds me like just classic hard rock metal stuff from like the old Shrapnel days, like the Paul Gilberts and stuff like that. Really intense guitar playing and bass playing and intense singer. I mean, it's just intense music. And it's just incredible musicianship to boot, where it's not like, I came from the hair bands where, you don't look at like a Poison and think, they're an incredible bunch of musicians. Like, you listen to you guys, and you can hear the musicianship as well as the hard rock and metal that you guys are putting out.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that was never really my intention to have that much. I mean, I love everything from, the simplest music to the most complicated. And it's funny you should mention Shrapnel, because I worked with a guy named Greg Howe for a number of years. But at the end of the day, for me, this was more about reaching out to people and having a message, and it just so happened that we can all play, you know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, I still want to go for the throat on every single level. But, yeah, I appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say.
Now, being that you guys are out in L.A.,
mm-hmm.
What is the music scene like in L.A. now?
Well, I've been in and out of here for the past decade. Haven't really delved much into it as, a a business venture or paying too much attention because I'm usually just out for the gig or playing. But the more I look at it, it's just like the proximity to opportunity, you know what I mean? So with this particular genre, I mean, I don't like to, what musician or performer likes to, categorize what they do, but it's essentially rock, and that's the scene that I'm looking at, and there's definitely a community, there's a sense of camaraderie. All the bands that I've met thus far have been great, from every status level. It's just been amazing. So a lot of support. There's something going on every night, and I think really it's just about the work and how much you want it. And if you have something, like the old saying, if you build it, they will come. So I believe for me and really for anyone, you just got to have the hope and confidence in what you're doing and really present everything you have 100%. And the rest is up to everyone else,
Now,
to judge.
How is now you're saying there's like, I guess, bands out there playing every night. How is like the attendance though? Like we're based out here in Philly, and
Sure.
I played in a band here in Philly, like a punk metalish band for like 15, 16 years. And
right.
If you had a good night, you might have 100 people show up.
Sure.
But on an average night, you're getting 20 people, and that's on a Friday or Saturday. It's like original rock music just isn't supported in the Philadelphia area. Is not supported
Sure.
as it was years ago. Is it like that in L.A. as well, or is it just being that it's Hollywood and Los Angeles, and there's such an incredible amount of talent and name talent as well? Does that make it a lot different?
Well, for me, coming from where I'm coming from, I always have the same outlook. It's just really about the demand that you can create for yourself and how much you can make people excited to see you. That's really what it is, and you got to ask yourself, what does, if we're talking about rock bands, what does the world need with another rock band? You know what I mean? So it's just about getting out there and creating something unique that they can only get from, what you're bringing, like any other product. So I mean that's how I see it, and I don't really look at other bands' stats and things like that. I mean, I've only been out a few times since I've been on here because I've been working so much, but the attendance is anywhere from, I'd say, 40 to 100 people, regardless of what's going on. And I think that's mostly a reflection on the band themselves, And,
right.
The industry, I can't talk much about it, but at least in the promotion and the booking side of things, I mean, there may be things that the venues can do to help, but really I don't think it's changed from day one. It's just about getting out there and networking and getting people excited see you and hear you and creating a buzz, and that's maybe more from like an urban sentiment or hip hop sentiment, but that's just how I see it. And regardless of how technology has changed things, it always stays the same for me. So if I'm creating something that's and then it's done and I'm behind it 100%, that's step one. And then it is the music business, so there's the whole marketing and promotion and publicity side of things, and it's really, there's a certain amount of luck, and you may have little to no resources, or you may have every resource in the world, and I've seen both sides of that spectrum make it and both sides of that spectrum fail. So it's just, between all of that and all the gray area of every band story is different, and there's not a whole lot of comparison that I do, because to me it's futile to think that way. But I honestly believe that if you want it bad enough and you have the emotional stability to do it and the will to do it, you can. So that's where we're at.
Now, so you guys, you've been together for a year and a half, you're saying, and you guys have been working together to get this all going. You recorded the album, which was just released on iTunes.
Yeah, it was released digitally, so like most digital stores, at least, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, stuff like that. We have it on our website, that kind of thing.
So you guys haven't done any live shows yet, then?
Nope. We're planning for our first show. Yeah. I mean, how many times does a venue here have a band? Can we play here? And that was never my idea of an approach, because it's not. You can't just book someone on potential. So I really wanted to build something that made a statement on its own, and then we've all separately been performing all our lives, and we all want to do this. So once we have something to show, we'll take it out.
You guys must be chomping at the bit to get out there and play this music for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's all, in relation to time, but for us, that's just, a man-made thing, so you can control it. So no matter how long it takes to do something, I mean, our idea is to get it right. And then, it does cause some excitement and anxiety, like, when is it going to happen? But really, it's for, something to share to the general public, and we want it to be right. So that's really the main goal, is to get that right, no matter how long it takes.
Well, why don't we share with everybody the song Get It, and show everybody what you guys been working on and what they can expect.
All right.
This is the band Vigilant, and we are talking to Jack, and he's the bass player. And is this the first single, or just one of the songs off the album?
Yeah, it's just one of the songs off the record.
This song's called Get It, and everybody should go out and get it at iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon. Vigilant, Born to Kill. Here's Get It.
Evolution by design, don't know why you look so surprised.
was Get It from Vigilant. Did you get that, everybody? I got it. You should get it. Go to iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon and look up Vigilant and get it. Vigilant, Born to Kill. That's pretty intense.
Yeah, it's pretty high energy. I mean, that's the way that, I imagine it always being. I just love the idea of performing at that energy all the time. Yeah.
Now, who were some of your influences?
Man, well, my father, for one. I mean, he's a bass player. That's why I started. So he's the guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been playing forever. So, and all the usual suspects in that field, that instrument. Stanley Clark's, Marcus Miller's. For the record, I'd say Tool is one of my influences as far as that's concerned. Metallica, of course. Bjork. There's all sorts of I could go on forever. But it's weird. I don't consider myself that much of a muso because, I talk to my friends all the time who also play, and they're always showing me so much music, and I feel bad because I actually don't listen to that much. But, yeah, of course, Greg Howe is an influence. And then, also for me, I find that it's usually the people around me that I'm playing with, who end up influencing me the most. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, is this the first time you've ever worked with a female singer?
Actually, yeah. I mean, in that capacity of writing lyrics and going through melodies and trying to produce something, yeah.
Is it different or intimidating working with a female singer? I used to play with a female bass player, but she was so friggin' she was so friggin' good, and she blew me. I play guitar, rhythm guitar, and she used to just blow me away. I was intimidated just by playing with her musically. And Chloe sounds like she's got a set of lungs on her that will just blow you out the door.
Yeah, for sure she does. I mean, but when you're talking about a collaborative effort like that, it's you gotta, as soon as you get in the studio, it's like you gotta put all that stuff aside for the sake of it, something that's bigger than yourself. Between that and the fact that I've been around it for so long, and we're just coming together trying to make this thing work, that actually never crossed my mind until just now. Maybe in an external setting, probably, but yeah, I mean, we're just. That was the idea, to get people that understood. I mean, once you're playing for a certain number of years, you evolve and develop, mature in your craft. It's hard to go backwards, so you got to find people that are understand the mindset and that can push you as well. And yeah, I suppose if at any point I could be just as easily intimidated by anyone else I was playing with, but that's definitely not the case.
Now, you actually produced and engineered the debut yourself.
Yeah, well, I don't like to talk about who did what when I'm concerned, but yeah, I mean, the first few members I had, because it obviously would have been easier if the people were around closer to me, where I was located geographically, but it didn't end up being that way. So what I ended up doing was writing the music, the lyrics, and demos, so that when I did find those people that, if they were down or if they wanted to, write some more, they could. But to make it as efficient a process as possible, I had to do a lot of the work for that. But there is a guy, his name is David Isaac. He's a titan in the industry. He's, been around forever. He's from Motown. He's a great dude, mentor. He actually ended up, through the phone for the most part, executive producing in terms of energy and performance. All I did was show people parts, and we worked on them and ended up recording them. And yeah, it's not as.
Now, how did you guys? hook up with him, because, I mean, he worked with people like Clapton and Aretha Franklin and Stevie Wonder, and then he's working with you guys. Like,
yeah, about 5 or 6 years back, I did an instrumental record, and we linked up to a mutual friend, actually, Marcus Miller, who's also a bass player. I've known him for a while, and I asked him who makes this record, this one record it is, and he said David Isaac. So I gave Dave a call, and it's been great since then. That was like 4 or 5 years ago now. So Dave has been just great. You know, he took an interest in what I was doing, and he's been involved ever since. So when I told him about this, he was down. Yeah.
So now, what's the next plan for the band?
Next plan, or the plan now, is to get out, talk about it, and then start playing. And then our idea is to try to do as much playing as possible. Get ready for next year. There's some conventions and festivals and things like that.
Cool.
Yeah, the tour, because the product really is the performance. I mean, obviously I want the album to stand on its own, but we're really in it for the performance. So
nice.
Just growing that, yeah.
Now, any plans to do, like, any videos for any of the songs, or?
Yeah, we're actually in the middle of working on a video for one of the songs called Carling. It's got a cinematic element to it, almost short filmish. You know, it's hard to avoid that since Thriller, right? So yeah, so we're working on that. We're planning to have that finished before the year is out, and figure out how to make the most of that. Yeah.
Awesome. And let's see, the website is vigilantband.com, so you can go there, learn more about the band, learn more about Jack. You can also go to iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon and buy their debut, Born to Kill. The band is Vigilant. Go out and buy it. Buy. They want your money. They want your fans. Go out and support them. Jack,
we
thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else you want to put out there or plug, or
no? I think
anything I missed? Did I cover it all?
Yep, you covered it all.
Very good. Jack, thanks
you
so much for calling in and being part of Totally Driven Radio. We wish you guys luck with everything. Any big news, keep us updated, and we'll keep plugging away for you guys.
All right, thanks a million. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure on this end, too. Everybody, Jack from Vigilant, go to Vigilant, the band, or vigilantband.com. Look for them on Facebook. Look for them on Twitter. And also go to iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon to buy their debut, Born to Kill. It's awesome stuff. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too.
All right.
Hey, Frank, you still there?
Every time we have a music guest on, you never let me get a word in edgewise.